This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
What is going on, everyone? This starting Houston Texans offense only got 2 drives on Friday against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but that's all they needed to put up a scoring drive. C.J. Stroud found Tank Dell for 34 yards. Tank Dell broke multiple tackles to get into the end zone. The first 2 drives reminded me of last year during the season, guys, with 3 of your starting offensive linemen out. On Friday, there was no Laramie, there was no Titus Howard, there was no Shaq Mason. There was no help from the running game. Dameon Pierce on Friday, 4 carries for 4 yards, reminds me a lot of last year. But the way this Houston Texans offense got working, the reason why they put up a touchdown was because of C.J. Stroud. Ladies and gentlemen, we have still yet to see the full potential of this Houston Texan offense. I cannot wait for Joe Mixon to get back. With that being said, guys, we are going to talk about this starting offense performance against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Friday. What is going on, everyone? My name is Ruben Calavillo, and this is the 713 Houston Sportcast. I drop daily Houston Texans content, so make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest news, rumors, and updates. This episode was brought to you and powered by BetUS, and we have some words from Michael Vick.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys take advantage of that 125% bonus deposit on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. If you would have put some money on the Houston Texans, who were 2.5-point favorites on Friday, you would have exited out that game with a winner. With that being said, let's look at this offensive line, because it was Kenyon Green, it was Juice Scruggs, like it was last week in the Hall of Fame game against the Chicago Bears. Look, I'm not worried about Laramie Tunsil, Titus Howard, Shaq Mason. These are veterans. These are guys who got 3-year deals from general manager Nick Caserio because he believes in them. With Kenyon Green, lost him the final week of the preseason. He missed the entire year. With Juice Scruggs, opened up the season on IR. I believe he missed the first 8 to 9 games. So you want to see these guys play during the preseason. You want to see them play a lot during training camp. And Kenyon Green and Juice Scruggs have looked good so far. Look, entering this season, you could say our interior offensive line was a question mark, but so far they looked good. However, this is training camp, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot take things at face value, but so far, Kenyon Green, who looks in tremendous shape, has played a hell of a lot better than what we saw in last year's training camp. And Juice Scruggs, I said this last year, he is going to be a captain of this team sooner rather than later. He is your starting center, man. I cannot wait for this offensive line to be ready to go week 1 against Indianapolis. I say this every opportunity that I can. The starting O did not play 1 game together last year. Now let's look at the quarterback, the franchise, the offensive rookie of the year. C.J. Stroud, 2 of 4 for 41 yards and a touchdown. The 34-yard touchdown to Tank Dell, where Tank Dell just broke multiple tackles. He got his face mask pulled. No flag, don't matter. Put 6 on the board, and let's go ahead and rest for the rest of the game. Look, this reminded me, like I said in the intro, a lot of last year. And we have still yet to see how dangerous this offense can become. I want to see Stephon Diggs get a catch, man. That moment's going to go insane. That moment's going to go viral. It is criminal. The narratives that they are pulling from that moment on the sideline where C.J. Stroud and Stephon Diggs were talking, they want him to fail so bad. But no, sir, we rebuke all negative activity, all negative vibes. Stephon Diggs, you're going to have a fantastic year as a Houston Texan. Let's talk about your starting running back. Let's talk about Dameon Pierce. Because, guys, this is where I start to get worried. It doesn't look any different from last year for DP. 4 carries for 4 yards. When you see Jahar Jordan, 6 carries for 22 yards, 3.5 yards a carry. Xavier Hutchinson, 1 carry for 19. Cam Akers, 6 for 17. Dare Bungawale, 3 for 10 with a tutty. Steven Sims, 1 carry for 7 yards. With Dameon Pierce, we were saying if he can figure it out, if these year 3 guys can figure it out, it's only going to be the icing on the cake for this offense. Now, like I was saying about Kenyon Green, this is the preseason. We have to take things at face value. There was no Laramie, there was no Titus, there was no Shaq Mason. So I want to see Dameon Pierce run behind a healthy offensive line. The thing about the NFL is you cannot always get what you wish for. We saw that last year. My eyes are now opened. My radar is buzzing. Dameon Pierce, you are on watch. Could we see Cam Akers week 1 if Joe Mixon is not ready to go? Now, Joe Mixon has been at Houston Texans practice the past couple of days on the sidelines. We just have yet to see him practice. We have yet to see him in some pads. But he's going to get there, guys. At the night practice yesterday, he was in full uniform. Got some Houston Texans fans excited until we find out he wasn't practicing. But still, he's very engaged on the sideline. He's very active. Cannot wait to see Joe Mixon get going. Your starting receivers, I mean, the only really guy who caught a pass, that was Tank Dell. The 1 reception for 34 yards and a tutty. Nico Collins was a target. Stephon Diggs was a target, a decoy, I should say. This passing attack looked good on Friday, guys. And I cannot wait to see more games. I cannot to see this passing attack be complemented by a dangerous running game also. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the Houston Texans starting offense, they looked good despite missing 3 offensive linemen, despite being without Joe Mixon and only rushing for 1 yard to carry with DP. They still got the job done. They still found the end zone. For more Houston Texans content, you guys know what to do. Feel free to follow me for more. Once again, this episode was brought to you empowered by BetUS. Take advantage of that 125% bonus deposit on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. And ladies and gentlemen, do me all a favor. Have a real blessed rest of your day.
This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.